presentation. Okay, welcome to our parent meeting. This is a pre-registration meeting. Beth, hello. How are you, Vanessa? Hi, everyone. I'm glad to see many of you that I recognize, Ida and Christina. Okay, so and Kimberly, I love having your children in my classes, really, and we are learning a lot. So today we are going to talk in this meeting. We are going to talk mostly about the different courses that we are going to be offering this next school year coming up, and the schedule for the courses, the different options that we have. And also we are going to talk about what is our educational philosophy. Okay, so basically some of the things that we have discovered, okay, in our experience this past year having the classes. And we would like also to answer.
Oops, you're muted. You're muted.
Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. And so we want to answer any of the questions that you may have today. Okay, so thank you so much. You can turn the cameras on or you can leave them off. I prefer to speak to people instead of just black squares with names. So I
Hey, you
prefer that.
guys.
But it's according to how you want it. Okay, if you want to ask a question, you can use the chat in the meeting. Okay, if you want to ask something through the microphone, you can raise your hand. All right, there's a button at the bottom of the Zoom meetings that says reactions, and if you raise your hand, you come up to the top of my screen. I'm able to see that easiest. Okay, so I appreciate that. All right, you can unmute yourself if you are going to ask a question. Okay, or you can ask questions again in the chat. So let me share the screen with you now, and we can start with this. Okay, so let me share this screen here that we have the presentation. Excellent. Okay, so let's see if I'm going to see the chat by chance just to follow that along. Excellent. Okay. So let me introduce myself. Last meeting, I didn't have a chance to kind of introduce myself because I wanted to leave some of the time to the
Yeah.
other
Yeah, it's going great.
newer teachers. Okay, and we will do that. But I wanted first to kind of introduce myself also. All right, let's see. There we go. I'm Dr. Pablo Riboldi. I am a doctor in the sense that I have a doctoral in instructional design. Okay, so my specialty is in teaching, not in healing anyone. Okay, but because we are in a school, I think that is appropriate to claim the degree. Okay, finally it's being useful for something, I guess. So I have 8 children. My wife Heidi and I have 8 children and 8.7 grandchildren. So two are on the way. So two more are on the way. So almost 10 grandchildren that we have here. I have been involved in the area of education, especially of online education, for over 30 years. And I have taught all sorts of courses in every topic and at every level. I have taught courses for young children, high school, college, graduate school, PhD level, you name it. Okay. So Um, my professionally, besides teaching, learning, I have also developed my career in information systems, in programming, and I program the first version of the toll system. This is the program that is used at the MTC to teach foreign languages. It's the teaching technology assisted language learning system. And then I work also for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for 16 years. And during that time, I developed one of the things that I did was develop the information governance program for the church. Okay. I love teaching and learning. I am more interested in learning than in teaching. And I always tell that to the students that my main focus is really on their learning, not on my teaching. This next year, these are the courses that I am going to offer. Okay. And we are going to have Algebra 1. This is going to be a brand new course in our lineup. And we are going to do this one on Mondays from 8 to 9. And the textbook that we are using is called Algebra for the Practical Man. It's actually an old textbook, but we are going to, following the philosophy of the well-educated heart of learning from classics and classic books. That is why we are using also this classic textbook. This course is kind of mid to high school level. All right, so if your students have a good grasp of mathematics, the basics of mathematics, they could take this course. We are going to start really from the beginning of algebra and focus on the concepts of algebra and learning these concepts through problem solving and practice. Okay. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be teaching the physics course. This course is going to be the third time that we are teaching physics. Okay. And it is also kind of a mid to high school level physics course. It's an introductory course focused on the concepts of physics and their application to daily life. There is no math prerequisite for this physics course. If the student has some math background, that would be helpful, but it's not absolutely required to have that. Okay. On Wednesdays, I'm going to be teaching the geometry course. This is a very popular course. This year, we had a lot of students successfully completing this course. And in this course, we are going to be studying the first 4 books of the elements of geometry. Okay. We also are going to study one of the books of Archimedes. So this is classical study of mathematics starting from the very, very beginning. Again, there's really no necessary prerequisites except knowing how to read and write, okay, and to reason and wanting to learn, okay. That is the main prerequisite I have found. In this year, we have had high school students, we have had some middle school students, and again, depending on their level of engagement and understanding, if they want to learn, they are going to be successful in this course. Okay. On Thursdays, I'm going to be teaching the biology course. This course also is the third time that we are teaching this course and is going to be using the textbook Concepts of Biology. It's an OpenStack textbook, so it's very economical. It's about $30, okay, and it's very accessible. here we have a list of the main topics that we'll be covering during this course. And it is really, I would probably say, a life-changing course for those who are interested in the sciences. This would be a very, very good course to take. This course is more kind of on the high school level side of things. All right, we are going to do some organic chemistry, we are going to do some experiments, and we do a lot of reading from the textbook. There are some simulations that we also use, some lab simulations that are very, very engaging. And then on Fridays, I'm going to be teaching an anatomy and physiology course. This course is focused on now the anatomy, human anatomy and physiology. And we are going to study each one of the main body systems, all their parts and functions. The textbook, I still need to decide which textbook we are going to use, but it's going to be basically a coloring book, which is one of the best and most proven ways of how to learn anatomy and physiology. It's basically by coloring. So if you like to color and you want to learn about anatomy and physiology, this course is for you, okay? And this one is also well adapted for middle school or high school students. By the way, all our courses are also open to parents. And this year we have had several parents taking our courses together with the students, and it has been a fantastic and successful experience. Okay. So those are the 5 courses that I'm going to be teaching this next year. I'm going to now turn the time to Juan Riboldi for a little change of accent, okay, and have him introduce himself and the course that he is going to be teaching. Go ahead, Juan.
Thank you, Pablo. Thanks very much for that. As you could tell, probably, I am Pablo's brother. I'm actually his older brother. And I can attest that Pablo has been a tutor of many topics ever since we were very young. I think that even probably in high school and college, he has always been an instructor and educator. And we come from a family of educators. So learning and education is definitely part of our lives. It's always been around with us. And this was not something I was thinking of doing until a very recent dinner conversation. Paulo was telling me about the classes and the courses that you have here in the Well-Educated Heart Academy. And I just had this hunch that I should share what I do. And that's really inspired me to go forward and share what I do with hopefully many students in this group. I have been a business consultant for most of my career. You could probably say almost all my career. I have focused in many areas of consulting, from organizational change, leadership development, strategy, and entrepreneurship. These are topics that I love with great passion. I've written a couple of books in this topic myself. I have about 12 publications at Forbes magazine. And I have been involved in 3 successful startups. One of them is the current company I'm currently working in, Ascent Advisor. Another one is a company that I eventually, after 10 years, I sold to my partner that he's still running out of Mapleton, Utah, very successfully. And the first one was a startup that I joined very early stage when there were only about 3 or 4 people, and it became a very successful company with over 100 employees, and eventually sold. Is another company that is based here in Utah. And that company are more famously known as the authors of a book called Crucial Conversations. You may have heard. about that. So why talk about entrepreneurship? Um, when I look back into my life, I find that entrepreneurship has been something that I have naturally done all along. I realized that the first business was a kayaking race that I started in Rosario, Argentina. And it started again as a fairly spontaneous idea because myself and many of my friends were kayakers in the Parana River. And we decided to create a flyer and post it out. And then I had an uncle that worked in the radio station. So we walked right to the radio station, asked to talk with him. He put us live on the show. Before we knew it, the day of the race, there was so much traffic going to the start that I couldn't even get to the start by driving. My parents were driving me there, and there was a traffic jam. So I had to get off the car and run to the start of the race. So anyway, that was the very first business startup in Argentina in my teens. Since then, I started a couple of businesses while I was in college. One was a t-shirt, hand-painted t-shirt business that was more fun than lucrative. And then I started a business that I did for over 10 years that is called Decision Wise. And it's a business that we pioneered along with a few other companies doing surveys on the internet when the internet was just breaking out. And ever since I've been advising people from a lot of different startups, everything from Fortune 500 to smaller startups. So what are we going to talk about here in this course? We're going to cover some of the very best ideas and practical concepts over the last 20, 25 years. So we will touch on several books. You will not be required to buy these books. I'm going to provide summaries, very easy to read summaries of these books. And if you want to buy the book, you are welcome to. But sometimes I feel like a two-page summary is just as good as reading a whole book. This is very entrepreneurial minded, as you can tell. And another very exciting thing is that this course, the students are going to start their own business. And if they already have one, they're going to expand it. Now, this may sound a little intimidating, but it's not. We're going to make it really fun. So whether you have a lemonade stand or selling cookies or selling something to your parents or starting a major enterprise using artificial intelligence, we're going to see a big range of ideas and opportunities. Without me trying, I found that 3 of my 4 kids are entrepreneurs and very successful entrepreneurs. I have never really encouraged them to do that. I never tried or wished that they would do that. In fact, my wife was more worried than happy when they decided to do that. But they have done extremely well and surprised us all. And to be a successful entrepreneur, you don't need to be business-minded. You need to be creative, have ingenuity, and try things, learn, be curious, and have fun with it. And so during this course, we're going to cover a lot of things, everything from high-level concepts like identifying market opportunities or envisioning your business success to very practical things such as how to create the right organizational structure like an LLC or a S corporation and how to file your taxes and things like that. So I work with many entrepreneurs to know that many times their questions are extremely fundamental. So we will talk about those things as well. So the idea here is to learn some very practical skills for life that will help you get on to the right path in being creative, innovative, and potentially be self-employed and have your own business. I wanted to say that for the last, I would say probably 30 years, maybe 25, 30 years, I have been self-employed. And my kids would say that I have not worked a single day of my life because I put 10 hours a day of pure joy doing what I love. So that's a little bit about me and about this course. Very excited. And hopefully your kids or you as adults would like to take this course and give a hand at starting your business. As I do this, I want to tell you, I consult with very successful business entrepreneurs and business leaders. So this is part of what I do all day long. So it's almost an extension to offer these to to you all. So looking forward to being part of this journey.
Thank you, Juan. Appreciate that. Let me jump, okay, a few slides here, okay, to Trent Merrill. Last meeting we announced Trent also joining our academy and going to offer this innovation course, okay. So this course is similar but a little different, okay. Juan's course is going to be a semester-long course. Trent's is a year-long course, all right. And one of the reasons why I want to offer these two courses is because I feel and I believe that if we want to maintain the free market that has made America great, we need to teach the principles of the free market to the new generation and being able to really enable them to use these principles early on in life. All right. And so to me, I think that this is a fundamental skill. Okay, this would be, these courses would be kind of in my mind kind of require courses. All right. So because they are going to be so important for us to really promote freedom. There is no freedom without economic freedom. Okay. Independence means economic independence, period. If you are not economically independent, you are dependent on something, and ultimately that goes to captivity and slavery. All right. And so these principles here of innovation and entrepreneurship are critical, really. Trent, anything else that you would like to add about your innovation course?
Nothing I want to add, but Juan's class sounds awesome. That's something that I get really excited about too. And I mean, professionally outside of this, I think I want to have a few conversations with Juan, talk about some ideas. But really, my class is just about seeing problems around us in our everyday life and learning how to solve them, learning how to become problem solvers, and then what to do when we have those ideas, when we start thinking about solutions for those problems, then what? And we'll walk through those steps. And I think this class actually would be paired really well with, with Juan's subject matter. They're extensions of each other, just like Pablo was saying. So yeah, no, I think that's a great class. I want to take it.
Yeah. And, I want to also mention and highlight this issue in the innovation class, your focus, Trent, on intellectual property, patents, trademark, copyrights. Okay. These things, these concepts are uniquely American. Okay. They were really foundational of the American system. Okay. And since then, they have expanded worldwide. But it is really the understanding of these concepts is also critical to the success of business and innovations. Okay. So thank you very much. I am so excited to have both of you here. Okay. Now I would like to introduce our other new teacher that has just been recruited to teach for the academy English. Sam, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you well. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very good. I am really pleased to be Pablo's buddy. And Juan, you talk like your brother. I love that. I'm a believer in that the majority of people, they intake their information through writing. And the world's full of clear thinkers. We just don't know who the clear thinkers are unless they're clear writers. And my primary purpose in my course will to be teaching anyone really from about 7th grade up, and adults as well, to be clear writers. And then we can distinguish the clear thinkers from the non-clear thinkers. I really do believe that we need clear writers. My course is similar to a little bit like you said, Juan, yours. It'll be a semester course, but it'll be the readings will be short. The writing will almost always be in the context of what you are working on. You're welcome to bring independent writing to the course, but by small and simple punctuation and grammar exercises embedded in the lessons, we will be able to share our writing, read our writing. We'll have short readings that are on the public domain, so there's no textbook, but we will read together and we'll write together. And I really look forward to this adventure. I don't know if you have a slide, Pablo. I don't know if I sent you a slide of who I am a little bit. I don't want to take up a lot of time. Have you got it there? If you don't mind sharing it, that'd be great.
Yeah. It's there now.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, it's probably up. I can't even see it. Wait, just a second. There it is. Thank you. I was looking at the other thing. It was on, and I was looking at the other thing. This is how bad I am. When Pablo said he was like an online tech guy, I'm like, oh, I'm a face-to-face guy. But you'll notice there that I still teach at a public high school, even though if you look at the very bottom of those bullets, I was homeschooled from 5th through 8th grade. I think our family was the first family to homeschool in Utah Valley, besides the Randalls in South Provo. So we had a 2-family cohort, and then I went to the Waterford School when it was in Provo, and I graduated from Orem High School, and I was the senior class president. I don't know if I was a very good one, but I was, it was a good experience. I did make a grammar curriculum called Grammar Punk. It's, you're welcome to look it up. It is no longer an entity. I had partnered with someone and it had a good 15 years, but it's a fun way to learn grammar and punctuation. That's where that comes from. Similarly, I have, like it says there, I have a wonderful family, 5 kids, 6 grandsons. And I just really hope to connect in a way so that you feel comfortable coming to the course, bring any writing you're doing elsewhere, and we will learn the rules of it. But they won't be arduous tasks. They'll just be little by little, and we'll learn the basics of clear writing and clear communication. And that's, I don't know what more I need to say on that.
Excellent. I'm so excited to bring this up. You know, the last parent meeting that we had, during that meeting, several of the families said, we need more help with English. We need more help with writing. As homeschoolers, we feel that we are not doing enough of that. All right. After, literally right after the meeting, okay, on Sunday at church, President Bison, who is the counselor in the state presidency in my state, was there, and we had already been talking about this, but that is when I approached him and invited him to put this together and want to offer this course for us. Okay, so I really hope that many of you take advantage of these opportunities and these fantastic courses that we are offering. Last meeting, we also introduced Ty Crossley, and he's going to teach a literature course, Discovering True Identity Through Christ-Centered Literature. This is going to be also a beautiful course with great classical literature and literature that is focused on Christ. Okay. And then we also introduced last time Mr. Rule Heyman, an expert online teacher, And he is going to offer 3 courses. One is going to be Roots of American Liberty, okay, kind of a history book focus on the story of liberty. Would the writing course, Sam, would the writing course be a semester or a whole year course?
It'll be a semester course.
A semester course, so 16 weeks. Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. Rule is going to also teach a Spanish course. Even though he's, Juan and I are native Spanish speakers, Rule is going to be the one teaching the Spanish course, okay? And he loves Spanish, and he's actually very, very good and very fluent in Spanish. So he's going to do excellent with this course and has already a lot of experience teaching this course online. He told me that he has been able to crack the code of how to do language learning online in an exciting and effective way. Okay, so that is what we will be doing. And then he will be also teaching a course based on the 5,000 year leap. Okay, so this will be kind of a government course, a course on government and economics, looking at what are the principles of liberty and what are the things that really make our society work. All right, this is fundamental in order to help us preserve these principles that we need so much. All right, let me see. We have also another course. I don't know if I had the slides or if I passed them already, but there's another one on leadership, okay? And this is going to be our, so the leadership course will be taught by Andy Heyman. I think that Andy is here online. Are you here, Andy? I think that I saw. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So thank you for joining. Rule couldn't join because he is in Guatemala gallivanting. Yes. Tell us a little bit about your leadership course, right, Andy?
Well, I'm really enjoying learning from the other teachers what they're going to be teaching. I can see how these courses are really being brought together. It feels like for a really a real purpose. The leadership class that I teach is focusing on, the first half would be focusing on yourself, learning about self-discipline and self-reliance, all the things that are self. You would understand that you need to learn or decide on the things that you want to believe in and follow your entire life, or at least from what you know, what your parents are teaching you. And the second half of the course is team leadership. So once you have and are comfortable in your own skin with the things that you believe, how you become a great team member or a team leader. I like the courses, the writing courses, the innovation, the entrepreneurship. All of those are wonderful. And I think the leadership is something that could help the students become who they want to be, so they can become that entrepreneur or the innovation. I'm going to include writings in mine also. Maybe I should talk to our teacher, our new English teacher, to make sure I'm doing it correctly. But I believe the classics and writings are what makes a real strong person overall in this life. And knowing who you are and what you believe, and being able to share that and being comfortable to argue about the correct things and the right things. Seeing Jesus Christ is a great example of a leader, and using a couple other textbooks that I have found and believe in. I think it could be a great year. And like I said, tying closely to a lot of the other courses that we have here at the Academy.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Andy. This is what a team we have, really. This is amazing. And I want also to thank, of course, Marlene Peterson, the founder of the Well-Educated Heart, and really the main driver behind the Well-Educated Heart Academy. Okay, so we couldn't be doing this without her support and her endorsement and help on that. So let me if you, Marlene, if you want some time, okay, to say something, let me know and I'll give you the forum also. Okay. Andy, the leadership course, is it a semester course or a year-long course?
It is a year-long course.
Okay, year-long course. So most of the courses are year-long, all right? We have entrepreneurship and English are going to be a semester course, okay? But the other ones are year-long courses. And this is the schedule that we have. Last time in the meeting, I shared this schedule and it looked slightly different. Okay, there were some things that have changed. Okay, and so I apologize for that. Last time in the meeting, people asked me, so how solidify is this schedule? And I said, well, it was, 2 weeks ago it was in the yellow state. Okay, so that was the schedule in the yellow state. Now here we are approaching the gummy bear solidification. All right. Okay, so if there are changes, so know that is getting a little bit more solid, but it's still not concrete. Okay, so excellent. Now let me address some issues about educational philosophy, okay, that we have in the academy. All right, I'll share the information about the tuition and everything in a second. Okay, so the semester courses, as far as I know, okay, will be taught in the fall semester. Okay, and hopefully then if we have still enough enrollments and drive, okay, we will repeat them for the winter semester. All right, so in the writing assignments, for example, that the courses have, every course is going to have some form of writing assignments. One of the things that I really, really want to do is that the writing assignments in a course, let's say in the leadership course or the entrepreneurship course, that they become kind of also the homework assignments for the English course. All right, so the English course is going to work on helping the students improve their writing for the other courses that the students are taking. Okay, this is a very important part of our philosophy. We want as much as possible to help the students have authentic experiences. All right, and that is kind of an example of that for writing. If my English teacher gives me an assignment to write something and then I just write, that is just for the English teacher. Okay, but if I'm receiving an assignment for another class, okay, or something that I need to do for some other thing, and that becomes now an assignment that I'm going to work with my English teacher and the other students in the class, that becomes an authentic assignment. Okay, so that is very important part of that. Sam?
I would, I really cannot emphasize how much I love that model. I've always believed that English courses the content of many English courses is a little misguided because they're not based on principles. But if we can have someone teach literature that has principles, some leadership, some entrepreneurship, some business, and then they can bring those here, we can make sure that it's clear. And that model is just so good. So I just want to emphasize that you can feel confident, students can feel confident taking the English course and bring the stuff they're already writing, and we'll make sure it's clear in purpose, idea, organization, voice, word choice, all those things. So that's all.
Yeah. And so can you imagine that when you have a course like that, okay, you can take that course many times. It's not like, oh, I took English and I'm done. Okay. That is not the way. All right. In this case, you can always be progressing towards better writing and better expression, more clarity, and so on. So this course is one that, students, parents are welcome to take many times. Okay. So really, really important. Um, in the Well-Educated Heart, in our academy, we follow the philosophy of the Well-Educated Heart homeschooling model. Okay, and one of the main drivers of the Well-Educated Heart is that parents and children learn together. Okay. So this is not about schooling. Okay. We are not school. We don't give grades. Okay. We give feedback. We give a lot of feedback and help, but we are not about the business of teaching or of schooling. We are about education and learning. Okay. Education really of the heart, of the mind, and of the body. All right. And so, and also education of everyone. That is one of the reasons why all these courses are open to students, young and old. All right. Anyone that wants to come and learn, they are welcome to come and learn together. Um, another philosophy of the Well-Educated Heart Academy is that we want the students to keep a record of their learning. And because of that, we promote a note taking in every class, in the lessons. Most of the times, the main assignment that the students are going to have is to take notes of the things that they learn through their readings, through the videos they watch, through the classes and everything. And they take notes on their own notebook, and that notebook becomes the record of their education. Not only to preserve that, but also as an extension of their memory, of their learning. As they go and learn, they are able to go back to the notebook and then see what they have learned. Okay. So I always tell my students, you need to have a bound notebook. I have allergies to 3-ring binders. Okay. I hate loose pages. Don't, please. And so in these notes, the students take pictures of the notes, they upload it into one document, and then they share those notes with the teacher in order for the teacher to give feedback to the student. Okay. So we are not giving grades, but we are giving a lot of feedback. So, and we give feedback on pretty much everything that the students turn in. We try to be very encouraging, but also corrective. Okay. We want to help them improve in their note taking, in their learning and education. Okay, so that is a big part of our philosophy. Another thing that we do, okay, and how we run pretty much all of our classes is using what it's called, okay, the Mosers are now on the beach. That is so cool there. So that is awesome. So one of the things that we do is we follow what is called in education the flipped classroom model. Okay, so normally in most schools or courses, you have that the teacher is going to teach something, okay, teach a topic, and then give assignments to the students about that topic, all right, or some reading material about the topic, and then they have to do something with that. And then they come back to the next class and the teacher is going to teach the next topic, all right. In the flipped classroom model, we go the other way around. We have that the students are assigned to study a topic through readings, through videos, through assignments, writing assignments, taking notes, and so on. And then they come to the online class ready to discuss what they have learned. All right. And so, again, the teacher is not there so much to teach, but actually to guide a Socratic discussion about the topic. All right. When the students actually engage in this type of learning, the classes are fantastic. All right. And you can totally tell who are the students that are doing, that come to the class ready and prepared to discuss, because they cannot wait to get to the class. All right, they are really ready to engage and to ask questions and to see more, okay, about the different topics. So that is a very, very critical part of how we conduct our classes. So make sure that your children, your students are able to understand that they need to commit to this different type of class participation. It is really different. And so sadly enough, I have to, say that the regular school system and even a lot of the things that we do at church in our classes have driven the students to a mode where they are usually passive receptors of information. They just come to class, ready to listen, and sometimes they even have the attitude, I dare to make me think. So we don't have that level in our classes, but we really want to have the students committed to studying the material beforehand and coming to the class prepared to do that. Okay, I have here a couple of my mothers that are students also in some of my classes, that they probably can attest to the difference of how the classes go when the students come prepared to discuss, or what happens when that doesn't happen. Okay, so that is something that is very critical to the way that we conduct our classes and our philosophy of learning. Learning for us is not a passive thing. It is really an active hunt. Okay, we want the students to feel that they are hunting for knowledge, that they are really there trying to find the answers and to ask the questions and to be able to see where the answers are. Okay, so again, when that way of education works, it works fantastic. It is actually a very engaging environment. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Any questions about our educational philosophy, how the courses are structured?
We
What
have
do
a
we
few
do?
questions
Mhm.
on chat.
Yes, So Amelia is asking, will there be available help outside of the class if needed? This is a great question. The way that we have done it this year, and this is probably something that we will continue to do, okay, is that we will offer the live class, a 1 hour live class, and then after the class, we have what we call the second hour. Okay. And during that time, basically what I have done is I keep the Zoom meeting open. I stop the recording. The class is done. Okay. The students are welcome to go to another class if they have to, or do something else if they want to. But we invite the students to stay in the online class and start studying the material for the lesson of the following week. Okay, so that is kind of a way for them to start with that, and I remain there available to see if they need any help. Okay, if they need any help, if they have any questions, we can go to a breakout room and so on and discuss those things together. All right. So at the beginning of the school year, we were doing a lot more of these second hour meetings. Okay. Now at this time, it seems that the students are more in the groove of things, and they don't need a whole lot of assistance, but we still maintain the meetings open. Okay, so that is kind of something that we do for that. The other way that the students can get help is through the chat. The software that we are using to have our courses has a very robust chatting system. And so the students ask questions. I normally, I have the app of the software in my phone, and I can see the questions coming right away. And so I can answer pretty fast that way also. All right, so those are some of the ways that this happens. Okay, so let me see if we have another question. Okay,
Quite a few. We have a few questions up.
Okay, so the question is about the number theory class. All right, so the last month I had a poll talking, asking about which courses would families want me to develop. Okay, and the one that had the most votes was algebra. All right, and so that is why I'm developing the algebra course this year. I'm doing algebra and the anatomy course. So there's two new courses there. I don't have enough time in my life, okay, to do another course. So number theory is still in the plans, but it will be for a subsequent school year. Okay. Jessica comments, I am in the geometry class. I love the class structure coming in. I didn't know how well this structure could work in a math class that Dr. Riboldi said, okay, so thank you for that endorsement. Okay, and Jessica, yes, we have a lot of fun in the geometry class. Jessica, Christina, if you want to describe more about your experience as students and parents in the geometry class. Mm-hmm. Sydney agrees there. Okay, yes. Yeah. All right. Okay. The Belknaps are asking if that there are some self-paced classes. Which classes will be available for the self-paced option? The only classes that we can have for self-paced are the ones that we have already developed, okay? And so this year, the self-paced classes are going to be physics, geometry, and biology, all right? So as we develop more classes, we may be able to offer other classes also as a self-paced mode. All right. So that is a great question. All right, let me see. The next question. So if the English class is meant to support writing from other classes, would it make any sense for the students to take the English class if they are not taking other classes? Okay. So I would probably say that yes, all right, because if they don't have another assignment from one of our classes, most likely they are going to have some writing assignment from another class, or Mr. Bison is going to create assignments for the students.
Yeah, that's right. And so if there are 10 to 20 students in there and they don't have anything to bring, we can take little pieces if they do have something, but if they don't, every class is intended to teach a rule. For example, there are 8 rules for the colon. That's that punctuation mark. And so we would learn 2 of them and do some exercises in class. So we would understand the purpose, the general purpose for the colon, plus the individual 8 others. But they'll be small. They won't be huge exercises, small and simple. Take notes, short answer to maybe a loaded question. Thanks.
Excellent. Great. Thank you. So let me now share again the screen here, and we'll go over the next slide that talks about the tuition. All right. So this is what we are going to do for this next year. So the tuition per student per course, the year-long courses are $600. The semester-long courses $300, and the self-paced semester courses $150. So for example, the geometry class, and each one of these, geometry, biology, and physics, are going to have a first semester and a second semester, okay? And so you are welcome to buy, one semester at a time and complete that semester over a period of 1 year or sooner, okay? So hopefully, if you do these self-paced courses, you can finish them actually very fast, all right? The yearly registration is going to start on June 2023, and there is a discount for those who pre-register and pay the yearly fee, okay? So the discount is significant, I would say. So $560 for the year-long courses, $280 for the semester courses, okay? And the advantage also of paying the yearly fee is not only the discount, but also you get priority seating in the classes in case that the classes get filled up, all right? And also you get the opportunity to receive a receipt for the reimbursement. Several families need that in order to process a reimbursement in their state. Okay. So then the monthly registration is going to be as follows. If you start registering and select the monthly fee, is going to be $50 per month. If you start in July, it will be 55. If you register in August, it's 60. And if you register in September, it's 67. And this will go, you know, the monthly payments until May. Okay, so that it will cover the same amount of the tuition for the course. Okay, so I hope that this helps clarify that. And the last thing that I have is to show you about pre-registration. I'm going to now go to the website, okay, in order to show you how to do the pre-registration. Lisa is asking, could self-paced students join in the second hour for additional help and questions? The answer sadly is no, okay? In that case, the self-paced students are really doing this in a self-paced mode. We are still going to give feedback. I'm still going to give feedback in the assignments and answer questions through the chat. If the student needs really extra help, we may try to do a brief Zoom meeting with the student in order to clarify things and so on. But the second hour is also for the live students. Okay. And the reason for that is mostly is more technical than anything else, but that is kind of how is going to work out. Okay. All right. So any other questions? Anything else so far? Let me end here the slideshow. Okay, and switch to the website. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me put things in the right spot and then share the screen again to get there. Okay. All right. So here is what we have in our website. Okay. The website, the address is wehacademy.org. Okay. And when you come here, let me actually log out and show you the landing page. Okay. The landing page is kind of sparse because I haven't had time to actually write anything about me and why, you know, so I really apologize, okay? But I haven't had a second to do this yet. But you come here and click on choose a plan and you enter your account, create one account for you as a parent, and create one account with a separate email for each one of your children that are going to be taking classes. Okay, so that is the important thing. So you click here on access, and access to the network is totally free. You put in your information and create the account this way. Okay. So I'm going to now sign in because I already have an account, so I don't want to create another one. Okay. So let me see. It's coming. Okay. So in here, the website has basically a main feed. This is kind of similar to like a Facebook type of thing. And in here is where we announce the main events and things that happen in the academy in general. You can chat with any member of the academy, so you can go over here and start a chat. All right. One of the features that I love about this software is in the members tab, you can actually look at who are other members near you. All right. And when you create your account, please put where you are, okay, your city and state, and then the software is actually able to automatically locate other families and other members that are close to you. So you can actually then start doing things together as families, as well-educated heart family members, okay? So I really encourage you to, when you create your account, put there the place, okay? Marcy, you have your hand raised, sorry.
No problem. So my question, it was buried in the great prolific chat. I'm just curious if, so I know that there's not a requirement for students or families to have gone through the Catch the Vision course. This is probably more a question for Marlene. But have teachers, it really matters to me that the teachers have all gone through the Catch the Vision course and that it's really aligned with what because many of us are using well-educated heart things in everything that we do. And it's really important to me that it's aligned that way. So I'm just curious what you're doing to align that.
Excellent. You know, I'm going to put it as a requirement to the teachers to complete the Catch the Vision course. Okay, so in our next teacher meeting, teachers, okay, we are going to have you start that, and it's actually a fantastic course. But it is, Marcy is absolutely right that we need to help preserve that foundation and that philosophy of education. And Marlene has done such a great job with that course that it is very important for us to use it. Okay, so yes, thank you for that. Really
No,
appreciate it.
I'll even add, Pablo, I think some of those teachers, our families are also using it in our homeschools in our home too. So we're totally on board with you. I think that's a great requirement.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So Celinda is asking if we can pay the year tuition in July. You can pay the yearly tuition anytime, okay, and it will always be received a discount, okay. So of course that you don't want to pay it after September because then that is when classes start and so on. So, but yes, you can do that, and that will remain the same way. Okay. All right. Excellent. Let me see what else. Oh, so once you get in here, you go here to pre-registration, 23-24 pre-registration, and I have here the list of all the courses. I need to add the English. Yes, I think I need to add the English course, and I still need to add the leadership course. Okay, that was something that fell off my chart, my to-do list. But you come here, okay, and you click on the course that you want, and then you can select, to join the course, okay? This joining is kind of more than anything to give us an idea of how many students are we going to have in the courses, okay? So this is kind of to get us started that way. When we actually open the registration, the courses are going to be under here where it says courses. Okay, so under here we now have the 3 courses. In June we are going to have all 13 going on here. All right. And then when you come in here to the courses to register, not pre-register, but actually to register, that is when you have to select the payment, okay, and process that. And very, very important, make sure that when you register for a course, you actually are registered under the account of your student, okay? Not under your account, but the account of whoever is going to be the student. So if you are using your account, then you are the student. If your child is being the student, use the student's account for that. Okay, so that is kind of where we are at. And as you can see, we have already started pre-registration, and we already have people coming here and pre-registering for the courses. So this is fabulous. I'm seeing a lot of the mothers' accounts pre-registering, okay? And I am assuming that it is just because, they are just selecting which courses their students are planning on taking, okay? But I want you to make sure to understand that for pre-registration, that is okay. For the registration, make sure that you actually are registering with the account of the students that are going to be taking the course. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you and about pre-registration. Okay, so all writing assignments receive a special, the special feedback and a specific feedback. Okay, so that is great. So Nancy is asking about multiple course discount and so on. Sadly, this actually kills me, because it's mostly a problem with the software, okay, that we cannot program this to do that, all right? And so I'm still trying to find a way to see if we can make that happen, but at this point the answer is no, we cannot offer a discount that way. Okay, all right, so appreciate the question for that. Let me see. Yes, and in this past year, okay, I encourage the students to take just one course with the academy. Okay, so of course that we only had 3 courses. All right, we had the geometry, physics, and biology course, and most of the students were new to the academy and so on. So I wanted to encourage them to take only one course, because of 2 reasons. One was that I didn't want them to overcommit. Okay, I didn't want them to think, oh, I'm just going to take all 3 courses, okay, and do everything. Online learning takes a dedication, and especially the flipped classroom model that we have talked about takes preparation and takes a student to be proactive, to come to all the classes prepared. All right. And then the other reason for that was that I actually think that it's healthy and good for the students to have other experiences and other classes that are not necessarily online. This academy is not meant to replace homeschooling. Is really meant to help you complement what you do at home with your children. The extracurricular activities and classes and other physical activities and so on. Okay, so those are the main reasons for that limitation. Now, this following year, we have several students that are going to be returning students. They have already taken courses with us in the academy. So for those students, they kind of if you wish, they know what they are getting into if they sign up for more than one class. Okay. And so at this time, I'm going to probably say and recommend that if your student wants and understands how these courses work and what is the commitment, what is the philosophy of what we are doing, they could take, more than one course. Okay. If they are not sure about it, let them take just one. All right. But it is important to kind of help them be successful. All right. The last thing that I want is for students to sign up to many multiple courses and then get burned out. Okay. So that is not good for anyone, really. All right. And so that is an important thing to keep in mind. So any other questions or comments about this? Let me see in the chat. We have, are you setting a cap on number of students per live class? If so, what is that number? The cap is about 50 to 60 students. Okay. That is an interesting number because, it is in regular classrooms, usually you think that less is better. Okay. That if you have, between 20, 25, that could be kind of the ideal number. In online classes, what we have learned from experience is that you actually need more students in order for the class to function with more energy and activity. Okay. And that is something that it's certainly very, very evident to us. So that is what we are going to have as the cap. Okay. Thank you for asking that. Amelia ask, I use the Mighty Networks apps. Is there a way to add my child's account along with mine within the app? I do not know that answer. Okay. I imagine that you can't. Okay. I imagine that you would have to log out and then log back into the different account. But in the phone, I think that you can only have one account per device. Okay. And the Mighty Networks has been a great blessing for us. It has really enabled us to be able to launch this academy. It wouldn't have happened without this software. I wouldn't have had the time or the capability of doing it. Okay, so I am very, very grateful for that. There are certainly some limitations and problems with the software itself. Okay, but one of them is that, for example, this software, the Mighty Network software, is basically more than anything is designed for adults to take courses, to build communities of adults, because the accounts are totally independent. I cannot even link a mother's accounts to their children, in the software. Okay. And so if you sign up with a different last name or you have a very common last name, I cannot put together who is the parent, who are the students or anything, so, but it is, all in all, it works very, very well. All right, excellent. Anything else that I can do for you? Marlene, would you like to have the last word here before we part? I always love to
all
hear
I
from
can
you.
say is wow. I just sit here and I look at the caliber of men that have been drawn to this to come in. And this isn't we have a job offering and people looking for a job. These are very busy men that are here because they have something that they want to teach and share with your children, with your students. And it's miraculous how it has all come together. It really is miraculous. And for such a time as this, when we see what's happening there, to have this option for your students is truly a miracle, and to have the caliber of teachers. So I hope that you will tell others and bring them here, and let's support them. So give them students to teach. and we're just so grateful. So I look forward to the recording of this, and we'll get it sent out there, Pablo, for those that missed
Mhm.
it. And just grateful for all of you. And so glad you're going through Catch the Vision. That is, I know Rule calls, he says, I can hardly contain myself. It's fun to watch the enthusiasm and to see that spread out. So thank you, all of you, truly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording here.